We've all heard people say statements like, "I'm going to start exercising tomorrow," or "I'll get to that project next week." But how often do they actually follow through? The truth is, actions speak louder than words, and if you don't back up your promises with real effort, they become meaningless. But what if you could turn this around and become the type of person who keeps their word every time? Today, we'll break down 6 ways to stick to your commitments and transform your life, all while touching on insights from Carl Jung. Let's dive right in. 1. Understand the power of your word. The first step is to recognize the weight of your promises. Carl Jung once said, "The most terrifying thing is to accept oneself completely." To truly accept who we are, we need to understand that the promises we make define us. If you say you'll do something and fail to follow through, every time you don't keep your word, it chips away at your integrity. Commit to keeping your word, even on the smallest things, because those small actions will accumulate and shape who you truly are. You become what you do, not what you intend to do. 2. Set realistic expectations. Jung believed in the importance of balance, and that includes the commitments you make. It's easy to fall into the trap of overpromising and under-delivering. If you don't think through your promises, you're setting yourself up for failure. Often, our tendency to overcommit is rooted in trying to please others. People-pleasing and seeking to impress others often makes you set unrealistic expectations that you struggle to fulfill. Jung speaks on the shadow self. This refers to the hidden, repressed, and often unconscious part of the personality, containing both negative and positive aspects that we don't consciously acknowledge or embrace. By confronting our own limitations, we develop a clearer understanding of what we can realistically commit to. This self-awareness helps us set honest expectations, stay true to our word, and avoid the cycle of overpromising to gain approval. So, set promises that are achievable and in line with who you truly are. Only then can you stay true to your word. 3. Break big goals into smaller actions. Don't let big, overwhelming goals deter you. If you've promised to change your lifestyle or finish a huge project, break it down into smaller, manageable actions. Jung understood that transformation happens step by step. It's not a sudden event, but a gradual personal evolution. Jung's concept of individuation speaks to the process of integrating all parts of yourself. Similarly, when you break down your goals into smaller, actionable steps, you're integrating those actions into your daily life, aligning your words with your deeds bit by bit. 4. Build habits, not just willpower. It's not enough to rely on sheer willpower to follow through. Building habits is the key to consistency. When you build a habit, you don't have to think about whether or not you'll follow through. You simply do. Action precedes intention. The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. Building good habits is an essential part of becoming the person you're meant to be. By focusing on developing healthy routines and repeating them consistently, you align your actions with your promises. While Carl Jung didn't explicitly write about habit formation in the way modern psychology does, here are 3 inspired ways you can build the habit of keeping your word. 1. Reinforcing the shadow self concept and actively finding out what's stopping you. As we discussed earlier, the shadow is Jung's description of the side of you that holds all your doubts, excuses, and bad habits. If you keep breaking your word, ask yourself why. Are you overcommitting? Do you struggle with follow-through? Keeping a simple journal of when and why you fail can help you spot patterns and break the cycle. 2. Set up cues to make it easy. Willpower alone isn't enough. You can make following through automatic by setting up cues that remind you. For example, if you want to work out, lay out your gym clothes the night before. If you need to make a call, put a reminder somewhere you'll see it. Small setups make big commitments easier. 3rd step. Enter the role of a reliable person. Jung talked about archetypes, meaning we all step into different roles. If you want to be someone who keeps their word, start acting like it now. Instead of thinking, "I should be more disciplined," ask yourself, what would a reliable person do? Then do it. No debate, no overthinking. 5. Be accountable to someone. Accountability can be a game changer. If you know someone is going to check in on your progress, you're much more likely to follow through. Whether it's a friend, mentor, or colleague, sharing your goals with someone can create a system of mutual responsibility. Jung often emphasized the importance of community in personal development. Through shared commitments, we find the strength to stick to our word. The presence of someone else makes us more accountable to ourselves. Point 6. Prioritise integrity over convenience. Often, it's easier to break promises or take shortcuts, but this leads to a fractured sense of self. To build true personal integrity, make a commitment to yourself that no matter the situation, you'll always choose to do what's right over what's easy. Staying true to your word, even when it's uncomfortable or inconvenient, is one of the greatest acts of personal growth. It's this commitment to integrity that will shape you into someone who can truly trust themselves. In the end, you are what you do. If you want to build a reputation as someone who can be trusted, you need to back up your words with consistent, thoughtful actions. By recognizing the power of your promises, setting realistic expectations, building habits, and staying accountable, you can become someone who sticks to their word. No exceptions. Remember, this process isn't about being perfect, it's about being true to yourself, even when it's hard. Carl Jung's teachings on personal growth and self-acceptance remind us that the journey is just as important as the destination. Your actions today shape who you will be tomorrow. And, finally, a thank you bonus point for getting this far in the video. 7. Surround yourself with people who keep their word. You become like the people you spend the most time with. If you're always around people who flake on commitments, make excuses, or don't follow through, it's easy to start doing the same. On the other hand, when you surround yourself with disciplined, reliable people, their habits rub off on you. If you notice that certain environments, whether it's work, friendships, or even family, are full of broken promises and low accountability, start distancing yourself. You don't have to cut people off completely, but spend more time with those who push you to be better. Integrity is contagious. So, the next time you make a promise, keep it. And remember, you are what you do, not what you say you'll do. Ready to start keeping your word? Drop a comment below and let us know what you're committing to today. The truth is, a toxic workplace can make it very hard to keep your word, especially if leadership is inconsistent, expectations keep shifting, or you're constantly dealing with office politics. If you're struggling with this, click here to watch the 7 most toxic signs of a work environment. And let's be real. Sometimes the reason we break our word is because we're too focused on how others will judge us. If you find yourself overcommitting just to please people or struggling to say no, click here to watch 10 ways to care less about other people's opinions. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who would benefit from the insight of Carl. Thanks for watching. We hope this video encouraged you. Catch you in the next one.